Alright guys, I have another battle here with you again, and this is against a very active stream viewer, Gavin Hill. He comes to pretty much every one of my streams, and he finally got a team together on Wi-Fi that he can use, so, yeah, he won the randomizer in the chat to get a battle, and here we go. Alright, so, his name is Trevor. That's not a bad name. And he goes out into Beedrill, which is probably his Mega. There's no reason to really use non-Mega Beedrill. And he makes a big mistake here, staying in and actually just trying to get his Mega Evolution off against my Swellow, which was my lead, and I just went for a Brave Bird. I figured that I'd be able to do decent damage anything he switched into. Did not expect him to stay in, and that is a major mistake for him, because obviously a Brave Bird from a Swellow, even without my Toxic Orb going off, is going to definitely hurt. And I use Toxic Orb because I consider it better than Flame Orb for Swellow, mainly because it's going to do less damage if you're in for 3 turns or less, and typically I don't think you're going to keep your Swellow out for more than 3 turns. But that's aside the point. He switches out into Miltank, which I don't feel safe about killing, and yeah, I end up going into Reunicles, and he is going to poison me and then Body Slam, which kind of hurts Reunicles quite a bit, as I go for a Focus Blast, which will hurt the Miltank quite a bit more. And yeah, Miltank is not going to be able to survive that, so Fulham's favorite Pokemon, Miltank, gets horribly defeated there, as I continue to take poison damage. So he goes out into his Kingler, which is a Pokemon I don't really see that often, but has an enormous attack. So I'm going to actually switch out into Sceptile here, thinking that he might go for a Water move, and instead he makes actually a really great prediction and just goes for the X-Scissor, which I assume was a prediction for Sceptile, and that was doing a lot, and he actually switches out here, which I was kind of surprised by, as I go ahead and Mega Evolve. This is my Mega. I wanted to give it a try, and I decided to go for, I think I go just for the Synthesis, to try to heal a bit. No, I go for the Energy Ball to try to kill Kingler, right, because I didn't expect him to switch. But he ends up going into Sylveon, which is going to take Energy Ball quite nicely, being that it has probably the most special defense. You know, a ton of special defense. Maybe not the most special defense of any Pokemon, but definitely one of the most special defense of any Pokemon in the game. And after a Calm Mind, it's even more frightening. So, yeah, obviously I can't stay in here. I am part Dragon-type now that I've Mega Evolved, and staying in is pretty much a risk. I stayed in one turn to see what he would do and get off a Synthesis, so at least I'm kind of healthy now. So now I'm going to go into Metagross, because pretty much I figure it might be my only chance to take this thing out. Fairies are weak against Steel. He ends up going for the Moonblast, which, even though it's not very effective, still does quite a bit to me. So I'm going to go for the Meteor Mash. I'm going to try to take this thing out, and he's not going to risk it. He's going to switch out, go out into his Arcanine, which is a good play because it should be able to take the Meteor Mash pretty nicely. And yeah, so I predict a Fire move here, and once again, Gavin actually makes a nice prediction. He ends up, instead of going for the Fire move, which would be super effective against Metagross, he ends up going for the Wild Charge, which is really going to hurt the incoming Heatran. I was going into Heatran, obviously, to take the Fire move, being that I have the ability that makes me self-immune to Fire moves. And yeah, that sucks. He continues to go for the Wild Charge. Looking at the damage, I'm thinking this thing is possibly Choice Banded. I set up the Stealth Rocks. I don't know what I was thinking. Probably should have switched out as soon as I see him went for the Wild Charge, but still kind of afraid. Either way, I go into Sceptile, because Mega Sceptile actually has a pretty cool ability called Lightning Rod, which is going to increase his special attack now that he's got hit by a Lightning move, as well as rendering it useless. So that's not too shabby. He goes back into Sylveon, being that that's kind of his special wall right now. And yeah, I just go for the Synthesis. I go for the Dragon Breath. I guess I wasn't predicting Sylveon, and that kind of sucks. But now I'm going to go, no, I switch out. Okay, now I switch out, wasting the special attack boost, and I go into Metagross, hoping that I can take whatever again, but he just goes for the Shadow Ball, which is another good prediction for him, and yeah, is able to take a Metagross. So after taking care of 2 of his Pokemon early, he's starting to pick it up a bit on the predictions, and it's really starting to hurt my team, because Metagross is a big loss. So I go into my Weavile now, and I go for the Fake Out. I do have the normal gem, so it's going to do a bit more than normal, and I have to hope that it does enough that I can finish him off with Poison Jab, which my Weavile does carry specifically for these fairies. So yeah, I'm just go for the Poison Jab, hoping to finish it off, and Sylveon does not have very good physical defense, while it does have a ton of special defense, not very physically bulky, and is able to be taken out by my Poison Jab, as he goes back into Arcanine, which takes quite a bit of more damage now from the Stealth Rocks, and I do not want to take a Fire move. I go back out into Heatran, thinking that he might try to go for one again, Instead, he just goes for the extreme speed, which I'm not even sure would have killed Weavile, but who knows. And yeah, he's going to finish me off, and that's kind of whatever. Heatran was pretty much dead to me at this point. I probably should have just stayed in with Weavile, because I should have been able to outspeed it and probably kill it with Weavile, but oh well. I was kind of fearing the extreme speed as well, and I didn't know if I could take it. Probably could have upon reflection. Regardless, he goes out in a Nidoking against my Synthesis, and yeah, not a whole lot to say about that. I get my health back, and yeah, I just go for the Hidden Power. I actually thought this was Hidden Power Ground or Ice, but as you can see, it's clearly not that. It's probably Hidden Power. I have no idea. It's definitely not Hidden Power Fire. I have no idea what Hidden Power that is. Either way, it's not very good against Nidoking. I need to check what that Hidden Power is. And he takes me out with a Ice Beam, so that's not good. I go back into Weavile here, get the free Fake Out damage, and then just go for the Ice Crash, which will almost certainly kill it. And it does, so that makes me pretty happy. And yeah, his last Pokemon, I believe, is Kingler, and I'm just going to stay in, let him do his thing against me. I go for the knockoff just to get rid of his item and to deal quite a lot of crippling damage as he goes for the Brick Break, which obviously is X4 effective and will take my Weavile. But at this point, I can pretty much revenge kill it with anything. I choose to revenge kill it with my Swallow, who can go for the Facade. And with the Poison and Guts ability, it's going to do quite a lot to Kingler. And was that his last Pokemon? Okay, no, he has one more, but nothing that can take a Facade from... Oh, no, he has that Arcanine. He's just going to die and switch in. I don't know why he switched it out in the first place, being that he's obviously going to die the Stealth Rock swimming back in, but either way, good game, Gavin Hill. That was really quite good. He was able to recover from the Beedrill loss early pretty well. So today's question of the day is, what are the Pokemon games that you own? I own quite a few. I mean, I bought Red when I was a kid. Then I got I got Yellow right after that because I lost my Red, and yeah, my ended up getting Yellow, and then Silver. Then I bought another Silver because I lost my... I really need to stop losing my games, but I ended up getting a second Silver. Then I found my original Silver, and I had the two Silvers for a while. I ended up getting Sapphire, and Gen 3 came out, then Emerald. Let's see. I think I got Pearl, then Platinum. So yeah, those are my games. Then I bought Black, Black 2, sorry, Black, then Black 2. No, White. I bought Pokemon White and White 2, and Y. Then I bought Y, and okay, maybe I'm missing something. Am I missing a generation? No, I don't think I am. Either way, that's the Pokemon games, and you can include Pokemon games of, offshoot games, like Pokemon Pinball or something, but, yeah, I thought that'd be a fun question today. What is all the Pokemon games you own? I'm sure some of you have an enormous collection like I do. Anyway, see you guys again later. Bye.